I don't know what future social networks are exactly. I do know on a shallow level, it does feel good when somebody clicks like on something. I think that is more of a drug than an actual deep, long lasting, fulfilling happiness. But perhaps there's a way to make a social network that does lead to long lasting happiness that's somehow detached from the physical meat space. I don't know, but it feels like you want to give that a chance.
Do you think when people are liking things on social media, do you think there's just a group of people, an overwhelming majority of people that are going to like whatever you put out there? They're clicking like. And then there's another section of people that just constantly scroll and like, scroll and like, and scroll and like. Like, do you think when you get a like on content you put out, that that like perhaps came from someone who normally doesn't like your content, but like you've just changed their mind on something, like you've turned them around on it? I tend to think that when I get likes on social media, those are just the people that like all my shit no matter what I say.
Yeah.
Like they probably don't even read it. Like I could, put the most preposterous thing up there and you're still going to get a handful of the same exact likes.
That's interesting, but I tend to, the way I see likes, you're kind of, you said multiple things. I think in one sense you see social media as like a battleground of ideas, and like is a kind of indicator, like the best possible like is an indicator of like of the of you winning over somebody on an idea and they really appreciated the idea. That's the best possible like. To me, a like is just two strangers smiling at each other, like like a moment of like
I got you, bro.
yeah, I got you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fist bump, like yeah, we're in this fucking thing together. This whole thing doesn't make any sense, but we're in this together. And
I think
yeah, it's possible for likes to be that. I don't think the actual clicking of a like. I think social media at its best might be that, where it's like, I got you, bro, and it's at a large scale, as opposed to kind of this weird, like crazy pool of dopamine where everyone's just obsessed with this likes and likes, and then the division drives like more of this like weird anxious engagement. I think that's just the dark version of it in the early days of social media.
I think you called it a battleground of ideas, but I think social media is nothing but a battleground of fragile egos.
Well, but humans are fragile egos
I mean, maybe, but I think
in
that the
moments.
people, I think particularly on social media, they're the most fragile. Like, would you be doing all the things you're doing? What would you be doing um if you weren't podcasting and posting the things you do on social media? What would you be doing? You'd probably be much the same guy,
Mhm.
right? But I think that on social media, the fragile ego people, what you see on social media is not what they'd be doing without social media. Does that make any sense? Like you're probably, your mission is probably somewhat congruent, your path.
Yeah.
You're just utilizing social media. But I think a lot of people, social media has changed their path, and now they're doing something totally foreign to them, and they're only able to do it maybe because of social media.
I think you're
don't know.
focusing on a particular moment in time of people in their less great moments, like in their less great version of themselves. I think you're just focusing on the masses struggling to become the best version of themselves, and then you, yeah, sure, for stretches of time, whether it's days, weeks, or months, you could be a shitty person on the internet. I think you're uh, focusing on that, and unfortunately, social media platforms emphasize they love it when you're like that, when you're not doing great in your own life, because it increases anxiety, increases engagement, makes you more susceptible to an argument, and then really get pulled into like conspiracy theories, all that kind of stuff.
But the other side works too. I think there's also the people who are on social media, like fronting like they're these positive figures and like, going to the gym, like whatever it is, the positivity that they
Yeah.
spew out. But in real life, they're the most negative fucks you've ever met in your
Yeah.
life. And they're just so full of crap. And it's just people playing to an audience. It's like you said, like it's like a politician sometimes. Like
Yeah.
a politician wakes up one day and they decide, who's the group I can pander to the best to get the most likes equals votes.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing on social media. People wake up and whether it's conscious or not, what's the group I can pander to the best to get the most likes?
Yeah.
Is it the positivity motivated crowd? Is it the woe is me crowd? Like, what is it? Who's going to give me the most likes? That's what I'll do.
I don't know how to argue against that. I guess it rings true what you're saying, but I just kind of refuse to believe it. I guess I'm pandering to the optimistic crowd. Like, I met with my marketing team, and I just feel that love has the best. What do you call it? No, I don't know. There's a lot of people that accuse me of being like exactly that, which is like, why are you always being positive? It's like, well, because I'd like to be that.
Yeah. But I wouldn't consider you someone who panders.
No, but you know, I guess what I'm saying is like, it's easy to say that everyone is pandering, but like, maybe they're just trying. I do believe that social media platforms could encourage people when they're trying to be the best version of themselves, whatever that is. It could be like Conor McGregor talking shit. It could be just being positive. It could be actually creating cool things in this world, putting out instructional videos for jiu-jitsu, or like inspiring students through competition. I don't know, all those kinds of things, educational content. I think that people are trying. Like, I tend to believe that people want to be good. Like they want to be successful in whatever that definition of success is, and they're kind of struggling to do that, and they're just awkward at it at first. And like, it's easy to focus on the awkwardness and the stumbling around as people have that, and they start shitting on each other. Like, it's easy to kind of focus in on that, but I think that's just like people, white belts. There's more white belts in the world than there are black belts, but you got to give them a chance to kind of grow.
I think on social media, if you put your stuff out there, whatever your stuff is, your content, your views or whatever, you let the chips fall where they may, like, that's a different thing than being like, I'm going to tweak what I normally might say and put it up this way because I want these people to like it. Right. And in terms, I also think I have a different viewpoint than you do on people wanting to be successful. I actually don't think that many people want to be successful. I think people want to have the appearance of wanting to be successful, but to be successful takes a shitload of work, and most people don't want to put that work in. So they craft this persona of a person who's trying really hard, but just can't catch the break, or, these motherfuckers with getting back on my grind. You've never been on a grind. You've been on the couch.
I so disagree with you. I get it. I get it. You that's your foil. You enjoyed that guy on the couch with the Cheetos. That's your motivation.
But just own it. Be like, don't be like back on the grind. Be like, back on the couch.
Yeah. Well, you're like David Goggins, who's like talking shit to the one guy with the eating Cheetos, and in so doing inspires millions to actually pursue their success. I get it, but I just think that most people really do want to be successful and are trying to work hard, and they keep failing. So I mean,
but why is it continue? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but like, let's take a person who's overweight.
Yeah.
Do you not think that person wants to be skinny? Of course they want to be skinny. They just don't want it enough to put the pizza or the pie down and go to the gym. They want it, but they want it to be easy. Of course they want to be skinny.
Well, everyone wants it to be easy.
Right. And of course people want to be successful, but do they want it enough to do the work? I don't think they do. I think the easy thing to do is to create an outward facing persona of the person who really wants it. And you get the same reward from a lot of people as the person who actually is successful. Yeah. Very few people differentiate from the person who's found success and the person who's showing you how they're trying to get success on social media. Yeah. People see that as the same.
I see you're going after the marketing dollar that represents the people that want to work hard.
Yeah.
I like it.